What's going on, traders? Welcome to your first video in mastering penny stocks. In this video, we're going to cover some basic information about penny stocks. So for some of you, this is definitely going to be something that you already know. And if it is, of course, you can always feel free to move about this section in this course as you please. But if you're a beginner and you're just starting, then you're really going to want to go through this whole series top to bottom. So let's get into it. So the first thing is, what is a penny stock? If you've never traded before, or if you're very new and you don't have a lot of knowledge in stock trading at all, then you may think to yourself, a penny stock is a stock that it's a penny, it's 2 pennies, it's 3 pennies, it's 4 pennies, it's 5 pennies, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, which is true, they are. But I can tell you right now, when you see videos online of people trading or day traders talking about trading penny stocks, for the most part, these traders, myself included, and soon you to be as well, we are talking about stocks that are $1 and above usually. Okay, so let me step back for a second. What is a penny stock? A penny stock is a stock that is priced below $5. Any stock on any exchange being traded, if it is below $5, it is a penny stock. I know it's kind of funny because if it's $4.20, why is it even called a penny stock? It just is what it is, and that's the way it is, okay? So any stock below $5 is a penny stock. Stocks that are 2 cents, 3 cents, 4 cents, those are penny stocks as well. But as a trader, day trader, especially just starting out for your beginners, do not focus your attention towards stocks that are 40 cents, 20 cents, 10 cents. Those are more or less gambles. There are ways you can trade them, but they're more risky. So we're not going to dive into that. That's for another section. And in this section, you're going to strictly focus on stocks from $1 to $5, okay? That's it. So once again, what is a penny stock? A penny stock is a stock that is priced below $5. That is a penny stock, okay? So the next question is why trade penny stocks? Why trade a penny stock when I could go trade a company like Facebook, who's been around for a long time, who's very reputable, who is definitely a strong company that's going to be around? Why trade a penny stock when I could trade Amazon, the biggest and fastest growing company in the world? Okay, why trade a penny stock when I could trade something like Tesla, who is pushing the limits of innovation, and they're pushing to be one of the world's biggest game changers when it comes to batteries and cars and rocket ships and all this stuff. Why trade a penny stock? Well, everyone knows why to trade a penny stock, because they're cheap. That's why, because they are so freaking cheap that anybody can get their hands on them, okay? Penny stocks are so darn cheap that anybody can open up an account for the most part these days, and they can start trading penny stocks, because like I said, a penny stock that we focus on is anything from $1 to $5 essentially. And if you have $100 and the stock is only $1, you could buy 100 shares, right? Versus you only have $100, you can't even afford 1 share of Tesla, you can't even afford 1 share of Apple, you can't even afford 1 share of Facebook, you can not even afford a tenth of Amazon with $100, okay? And as you know, and as well as I know, okay, everybody in the world does not have tons of money just falling from the sky, okay? Most of us, and myself included, work hard. We put in a lot of hours to earn our money and that we're going to be using to invest and trade with. So that's why, as a beginner and just in general, a lot of people, when they first get started in the market, will gravitate towards penny stocks because they're cheap, they're affordable, and the best part, they move big. They can have really big moves, and that can pay you out a lot of money, okay? And when you become good at trading and you know the rules and you know the patterns, you can trade penny stocks successfully, where you can buy up a whole bunch of shares at a really low price, and you can watch this thing fly for 2-3 days, and you can make a lot of money. It's true. There's no doubt about it. There's no lie. It's not a gimmick. It's not a scam. Definitely not a scam, okay? It is true. When you see videos and you see posts of people making $2,000, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 in a day, it's true. it can come from trading penny stocks, but it can also come from trading high price stocks. It doesn't just have to be, okay? So let me clear that up, that you can make the same amount of money trading a penny stock as you can a big high price stock like Amazon or something. It's the fact that most people in this world are not going to be able to go buy 100 shares of Amazon today, okay? More likely, people can go buy 100 shares of a penny stock that's $2 or $3, okay? So that is the main reason why people gravitate towards penny stocks. The pros of trading a penny stock is the low cost, okay? They're very cheap, so you can buy a lot of shares, and they move very fast sometimes, or they make big moves so you can make significant money, okay? Another thing about penny stocks you won't know as a beginner, but you'll learn as you start becoming more experienced, is penny stocks are extremely predictable, okay? Very predictable, okay? Very, very predictable. All right. Next, we're going to move into the cons. Okay, what are the cons of trading a penny stock? Well, you've probably heard it before. Penny stocks are a gamble. Penny stocks are junk. Penny stocks are never going to make it big. And guess what? All those things you just heard are correct. Penny stocks are risky. Penny stocks can be seen as a gamble. Most oftentimes, penny stocks will fail. That is a statistic. You can look it up. 90% of all penny stock companies, so a company that's priced from 1 to 5, or basically 1 penny to 5, will most likely fail and never become a legitimate or very, very big operating company. It's just not going to happen. They just don't happen. For whatever reason, okay, 90% of the time, penny stocks will fail. So what does that mean? If 90% of the time a penny stock is going to fail, if a penny stock's been running for a few days, right, and it's getting up there, chances are it's going to start coming down, because most of them never fully make it, It's like Rudy. It's like, Rudy, you got your chance, but you never fully made it, like almost, okay? And that's what penny stocks are, okay? They're a little bit riskier. They can be very, very predictable, okay? The pros are they're cheap. They can move fast, you can make a lot of money. And the cons are just as equal, okay? They're risky, you can get caught up in a bad stock, it can dump on you, and things like that. But this is what this course is here for, teach you, is how to spot good ones, know when you should be getting in, know when you should leave them alone, or know when you should be shorting and not buying, okay? So, moving to the next thing, we covered, are penny stocks risky? And I do want to touch a little bit more on the risky side of things. Penny stocks, they are risky, but so are any stocks, okay? So is Apple, so is Amazon, so is Facebook, so are any of these big brand name companies. Why are they risky? Well, let's put it into perspective. Let's put this into perspective. Why are they risky? Well, let's use Nike for example, okay? Let's say you owned a bunch of shares in Nike, or you had money invested into Nike, okay? And all of a sudden, hold on one second. All of a sudden, you're in Nike stock, you're invested in it, and then you wake up the next day and you go to check it, and now all of a sudden you're down a bunch of money. Well, next thing you know, you look at the news, or you come to find that Nike had some really negative news released on it. And what did the news have to say? Oh, and it says, well, Nike's new brand of shoes was causing people foot rashes or chemical burns, some type of chemical they use to make the shoe. And I'm just making this up, but it's very possible that any company could receive very, very negative news that affects the stock price very, very negatively, okay? All stocks are risky. Some are more risky than others, which are penny stocks, okay? But just know that all investing and all trading always comes with risk, okay? And penny stocks have a little bit higher risk because 90% of them are garbage, okay? But just because 90% of them are garbage does not mean you can't make money. Hence, one man's garbage is another man's gold, right? That saying, or one man's trash is another man's treasure, okay? That saying, same thing, that most penny stocks are trash, but at some point they might be great. And a lot of times they can be great. We've seen them go from dollars to $20. I mean, I've seen a penny stock go from $4 to $140 in 2 days. Unheard of. with my own eyes, with our trading group. We watched a stock go from $4, like opened at $4, and it went all the way to 140. That's the kind of potential that can come with penny stocks. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. All right, is it better to trade penny stocks versus mid-cap stocks? That's the question that you have to ask yourself, right? Too. Is it better to trade penny stocks than it is mid-cap stocks? No, it's not better to trade penny stocks than it is to trade mid-cap stocks, and it's not better to trade mid-cap stocks than it is to trade penny stocks, and it's not better to trade very, very expensive stocks than it is penny stocks. Okay, you have to determine what kind of trader you are, what kind of trader you want to be, and as your trading career develops and you become more experienced and more developed in this trading world, you'll learn what kind of stocks you like to trade. You'll learn what kind of patterns you like to trade. You will find out who you are in this trading world very quickly, okay? Because when we're trading, we have money on the line. Nobody likes losing money. It doesn't feel good. It's confidence damaging, okay? It really can mess with someone's self-esteem when they're losing money, okay? So very quickly, when you lose money in this game, which you will, you will figure out real quickly what you like and what you don't like trading, okay? So no, penny stocks are not better than mid-cap stocks or higher price stocks, and higher price stocks are not necessarily better than penny stocks. Sure, higher price stocks will be better to invest in. You don't want to invest in a penny stock, but it doesn't mean that it's better to trade a higher price stock, okay? It might actually be better to trade a penny stock, okay? Like today may have been a better day to trade penny stocks than it was to trade high cap stocks, and vice versa, okay? And we'll talk about that too. So in relation, it all depends on what you're trying to do, what kind of goals you're trying to meet, and what trader you're trying to become. And in this course, and in this class, and in these videos, you're going to learn so many different trading strategies. It's going to help you determine which trader you want to be. For me, I'm an all-around trader. I can trade anything for the most part. I pretty much know how to short, I go long, I trade penny stocks, high cap stocks, and even options nowadays. Okay, so it's all about developing your skills and honing in on them and understanding this market. Okay, so that is primarily, what you need to figure out as a trader, and even when coming and trading penny stocks, is you're going to figure out real quick if penny stocks are for you and if they're not for you. And if you've come to the conclusion that they're not for you, then you're going to want to start focusing on maybe mid-cap stocks. Okay, so just understand that just because you try one thing in trading doesn't mean if you fail, it's the end. Okay, doesn't mean if you fail, it's the end. I've known many traders to start on penny stocks and then they go to mid-cap stocks and they're absolutely successful and have a great time trading them, okay? So just know that in this game, you're really trying to figure out who you are and what you're really good at, okay? And that's really just about it for this particular section, okay? So go to the next video down below and continue going through this section.